Now, an emergency weather alert from Andy's Randomness.
Alright, good afternoon everyone. This is Andy Pollock with your update on what is now Tropical Storm Henri and what we're going to get into. Looks like the worst case scenario might have been somewhat avoided, but we'll have to wait to see until later this afternoon or going into the evening on what the situation is with the storm. But I'll just tell you right now, it hasn't been as bad here in Queens today, but knowing Mother Nature, we're still waiting to see what the storm surge situation is. So let's get into a couple of the radar models first. And I'm going to draw something very interesting that I think you need to definitely pay attention to when I'm about to draw right now. Right around here. See the red little line over there? See that red little thing? That's the eye of the storm. And you may be wondering, where's the eye heading to? I hate to say it, but it looks like a direct hit could be coming to Rhode Island within the next hour or two. This is trying to turn a little bit fast now, so we'll have to wait and see. And I'll show a different point of view on the radar, but that's the situation we're looking at. So a much closer view right here. And let me do a little bit more transparency, because I know it didn't look good originally. But here's the eye again. There it is. My little red circle is giving you an idea of how interesting this radar is. It's remarkable to see how it's right on top of Rhode Island right now. And I was just watching Channel 7, and obviously the waves are being risen at the moment. So what I want to do is take you to a couple other tools in this video. So let's go first to my radar, and we're going to pull that up. And my radar is not really being specific with the eye, unlike NOAA. But what I can do is give you some specifics right now, and I will pull that up for you. And we'll pull it up right here. And as you can see, this is the current information that we have on Tropical Storm Henri. So it did downgrade in the wee hours of the morning. Currently the wind speed is 58 miles per hour with a gust of 69. Pressure is at 987, so that's the good thing. That pressure went up, meaning that it's not a hurricane anymore. It's not a Cat 1. And it's currently trying to move 12 miles an hour, and it's currently 15 miles east of Montauk Point. Right here it says Montauk Point over there. So now what I want to do is give a little bit of an illustration, and I'll use radar scope to give the specifics in just a second. But this band of rain goes from here. I'm seeing a couple of it from Henri, transparent into Delmarva. Well, it's not as bad, but that's what happens with these tropical moistures. They can churn out in the Atlantic and then cause a ripple effect. And as you're seeing, one line up here, one line over here, going all the way down into Delmarva right there. So I'll go into the specifics on radar scope right now, and I'll pull that up. So here's radar scope, and as you can see on the radar scope, I mean, we're seeing some rain here in Queens. Not as bad, but Henri up here in New Haven and going into Springfield, Massachusetts. So this is just one big storm, obviously. And the way it's, you know, I'm trying to comprehend my vocabulary here. I mean, this is just one storm that became supersized. Yes, a tropical system, but look how big it got. I mean, it's not a superstorm, unlike what Sandy was, because Sandy was still the big one to this day. But I'm taking a look on the high res for specifically Ocean City, Maryland this morning, and right down here, there is some rain. So that's just the intensity of the storm. So what I want to do now is take you over to Tropical Tidbits and the Weather Nerds on a specific radar model. So we're going to go to that right now. So I'm just going to click out of these two, and we're back on Tropical Tidbits. So we want to go to the shortwave IR, and yet again, there's the eye right there. I know it's more easier to draw using NOAA, and we will, I guess, finish off the video with a whole bigger view of the Atlantic Ocean at the end of the video, so I can go more in depth on that. Because thankfully I have that website bookmarked, so on my final tab I can just change it, and then I'll take you over to it after we're done with windy.com. So taking a look at the Weather Nerds model, and as you can see right here, Weather Nerds is more specific when it comes to the eye of the storm. In fact, let me move this a little bit to the left. That way it's more of a clearer view. See? On Weather Nerds, it looks more specific. It's more easier to look at it. So now what we want to do is go to our loop, and the heavier band of rain is moving into New England as expected at the moment. So yeah, it's definitely moving into New England as forecasted. Before I go to poweraoutages.us, I just want to give the specifics on the tropical storm warnings. So the warnings go all the way from Westchester out east into Massachusetts. Then you have Long Island. The good news is, at this particular time, from the National Weather Service office, and I can, get into the good news. I really want to get into it. No tropical storm warnings have been issued for New York City. So originally they thought, hey, maybe something could come to Queens, but the coastal areas of Queens like Jamaica Bay, Flushing, I don't think we're out of it just yet. We still have to see how the storm surge is later today going into tonight. So what I want to do next, and I should have thought of doing this earlier, I can easily Google this. Just want to see if I can pull up the statement. So far, I can't pull up any weather statement. Unless I can just Google it and just type in special weather statement. That might help me. Yes, okay. So far I'm not seeing anything. I can't really find special weather statement. Let's see. Probably we're not going to get any information at the moment unless I can get the... okay, here we go. This is an old one. So I can't really pull up any specifics. But as far as the other warnings that I'm seeing right here, I'm seeing at the moment the storm surge warning going north. And I'm seeing the flood warnings go into Suffolk County. The flash flood warnings go into Connecticut just because the band of rain, once again, is moving into Connecticut. So let me see if I can I said, I'm not going to be able to get you a special weather statement unless something comes up. And I can't really seem to find... can't find it at the moment. Let's see if I can pull it up. At the moment, I'm not able to get any information. I wish I could find it, but likely later today, I will have some information on wind gust because, as I said, I cannot find any information at this particular time unless I can keep looking for it, but I don't think I'm going to find it. Again, I wish I could give you specific information on, what is to be expected. I can get you one more look at the radar, I guess. So, here we go. Looks like I got something on Facebook. Let's see. Can I pull it up? NWS chat. Okay, there we go. So here are the rainfall reports that we have at this moment. We have Danbury at 4.13, Stamford at 1.35. I'm just taking a look at the highest amount of rainfall. It looks like Clifton and Passaic County, New Jersey. Let me move this a little bit to the left. Let's go over it again. Yes. Danbury at 4.13, like I just mentioned. Passaic County, Clifton, 5.23 inches. Then you got Brooklyn. Look how much rain Brooklyn's got. 6 inches. So far, Long Island's done very well in the rainfall amount. Highest amount of rain was Great Neck at almost 3 inches. But then you go to Manhattan, and Manhattan almost got 5 inches of rain. Queens almost got, some parts of Queens almost got 4 inches of rain, yeah. So, there was some rain that came in last night, but again, we are expecting more rain to come, obviously, again, possibly during the day. So, I'm just taking a look at this website. Looks like I'm just going to have to use Facebook and get more information as we go along here. I want to see if I can pull up the wind. And hopefully the wind report will load up. Thankfully, we do have the wind. Okay, good. So, the wind right now, we're looking at 49 miles per hour in New London, Connecticut. And as expected, out east, we have a 50 mile per hour wind gust in Suffolk reported. So we're not really going to get that much wind reports until, again, later this afternoon or going into the evening hours. So again, I do apologize trying to look for information. But again, I thought that it would be easy to find just because a long time ago it was so easy to pull it up. But I guess I can't get this radar image to load. See, that's very odd. I can't seem to load up anything. Ah, here we go. Okay, I got it. Because I'm thinking, where's the official radar from the National Weather Service? And I'm like, oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at it for myself because they just recently updated this a while back. So there's all the rain. Has to be expected. And there's one more satellite view of it. So let's get into our advisory that came out at 11 o'clock this morning. So here's what it says. Dangerous storm surge induction is expected to continue today in portions of Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and southeastern Massachusetts, where a storm surge warning has been issued. Tropical storm conditions will continue into portions of the tropical storm warning into tonight. Heavy rainfall may lead to considerable flash, urban, and small stream flooding, along with the potential for widespread minor to isolated moderate flooding over portions of Long Island, New England, eastern New York, New Jersey, and northeastern Pennsylvania. Swells from Henri will continue to affect much of the east coast of the U.S. during the next day or so. These swells could cause life-threatening surf and rip currents. So there you go. It still has to be taken very seriously. So what I want to do is go to the surge first. That's what I want. Right here, as you can see, the Long Island Sound could still see a 2 to 4 foot storm surge, just because Henri is near New England. So it has to be expected. Then you got the concern of flash flooding. What's that going to look like? Well, this is just Monday morning. So they're claiming we could still be dealing with this situation until Tuesday. So, we'll have to see what the situation would mean. And then looking at the rainfall, definitely looking at 4 inches in Suffolk County. There could be a part of the Hudson Valley where you could get 6 inches. Then you got the... Just taking a look at the wind speed. Yeah, so definitely wind speed still a factor out east in Suffolk. That appears to be the eye. And then you got Connecticut, Rhode Island. Definitely the highest chance of wind. In terms of the other areas that could see some wind from the storm, you're looking at a situation where parts of Maine, parts of Vermont even, parts of New Hampshire could see some wind out of this. So, you're in those areas, be on the lookout for 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gust would be my suggestion here. And then let's just go to our warning cone and then take a look at some other stuff from Tidbits. Yeah, so there you go. Curving a little bit to the east. Right there. Look, it goes into Tuesday, like I said. So, tomorrow it's supposed to be in Vermont. So we'll just see how that ends up. Okay, so let's go to the intensity guidance. And let's take a look at our other spaghettis. So again, good news is it is going to weaken. That's the main thing. Then you got the spaghettis. I love calling them the spaghettis. It's all the miles of the radar figuring out what's the best track. There you go. All in agreement. Alright, so let's just take a look at Tidbits, and we're just going to see it move out. So here we go. It is moving out. That's the good news. There goes Henri, moving into New England by the time we hit Tuesday. But I want more specifics. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the NAM. And I think I'll switch the NAM model over to windy.com to give a more specific point of view. Yes, okay. I want to start from here. There's Long Island. There's Connecticut. I do apologize. I don't know what happened to my Tidbits. Unless something just happened. I should have loaded it earlier. There we go. Now it's starting to quickly load. There we go. So it wants to stay in the Hudson Valley for a bit. Yeah. And then it wants to strengthen during Monday and go to New England. Look at that. So New England may not be out of the woods just yet until Tuesday, it looks like. So now let's go to windy.com. And what we're going to do on windy.com, I'm going to switch this over to the NAM model. And what I want to do is play... Let me play it from here. Let's see how the East Coast will handle here. So there goes Henri. Still trying to make its way. And it's still moving. As you can see right here. There it goes. And that's the cause of concern later tonight. Seeing how bad the wind could end up along the Long Island Sound, causing rip currents. So there it goes. The worst of the wind moves away, which is good on that end. So it looks like it's going to stay in the, if I am correct, probably the, let's say, 10 to 20 mile per hour wind gust range. If I were to give that. But again, I want to go to tonight at 7 o'clock. So what I want to do is I want to go to tonight at 7 o'clock. That's what I'm worried about. Right there. This holds up. Long Island Sound could see a lot of storm surge tonight. So if you're between Connecticut and the North Shore of Suffolk County, I would say be on alert. So lastly, I want to pull up the last radar model I want to pull up. So we're just going to pull this up. So there is Henri once again. It's amazing to see Henri from, I guess, this point of view from an East Coast look, just to see what the Eastern Seaboard would look like from this point of view. But we're going to wrap this up. Thank you all very much for watching. If I have any more updates, I'll do that. One last thing, I just want to take a look at the power outages. I almost forgot to take a look at them. So here's New York at this particular moment. We have 2,323 out. Connecticut has 19,975. And Rhode Island has 74,000. So let's just go into the specifics, I guess, at the moment. Let's see what I can pull up. Okay, Queens has 48 out. Brooklyn has 112. Thankfully, nothing in Staten Island. A few in Manhattan. Yeah, good. Wow, Rockland and Orange are holding up. That's good at least. But it's always Long Island. Let's see how that's holding up. So that's 440 and then 1,386. So Suffolk's seeing the most outages right now. So let's just go into the main specifics. Con Ed's reporting 233 out. PSE&G Long Island's reporting 1,826. Now, New Jersey is actually seeing a lot of outages too. So let's just quickly go into that. Go to Connecticut, go to Rhode Island, and then we'll wrap this up. Because I thought I was going to wrap this up. I almost forgot to take a look. So here's Jersey, 5,104 out at this particular moment. So let's just go quickly into the numbers. First Energy, which is Jersey Coast Power and Light, almost 5,000 customers are without power. PSE&G New Jersey is holding up very well. Only 168 are out. So JCP&L is not really doing a good job today. So let's just take a look at Connecticut and Rhode Island. Currently, Connecticut is seeing right now, the eastern end of Connecticut, New London County seeing 8,839. New Haven's only seeing 215. Middlesex is seeing 498. Fairfield looks like it's the second highest. You got 1,716 out. So overall, we're looking at 21,666 customers without power with Eversource. UIC is holding up very well, only about 32 customers out, so that's good news on that end. And lastly, let's just take a look at Rhode Island, because again, Rhode Island is just seeing the worst amount of outages right now. Wow, even Massachusetts is seeing outages, right. So I'll take a look at that. Look at that, Washington County, 52,548. Newport, 11,827. Kent, 10,000 customers. Providence, 2,397. So you're in Providence, you're holding up very well. But National Grid's not doing so well. 77,422 without power. And then what I'll do is to wrap this up, Massachusetts. Let's see how... Okay, Dukes is holding up fine. Bristol, not so much. Plymouth, where Cape Cod is. No, Barnstable. Yeah, Barnstall's holding up. Cape Cod's okay. So Nantucket and Dukes are holding up. But you got Eversource with 2,123, and then National Grid's 4,408. So now we can properly wrap this up. I almost forgot to take a look at the power outages. I knew I was supposed to go over them, and now I did. So any more updates, I'll try to give them to you. If I see any NWS products, I will do that. So with that, thank you all for watching, and until the next one, please take care.